Good evening, everybody, and welcome to COVID Connect. Today, we unfortunately couldn't go live, but we did want to share with you something really interesting that I think each of us could use right now while we're in lockdown, while we're in a very reflective place and thinking about our lives quite deeply. So I'm not sure whether any of you follow somebody by the name of Sadhguru, but I do, and I watch and read his blog every single night. I actually can't go to sleep without reading or watching one of his videos because it really does change my life so positively. And ever since I've been exposed to him, it's been the best change in my life. I'll tell you a story. We were busy watching News while I was in KZN during lockdown, and my parents were watching ENCA and I was busy watching a live video of Sadhguru, and suddenly everyone in the room at my house could hear what he was saying, and he's such a joyful person that they all stopped paying attention to the TV and everyone started listening to what was coming out from my phone. And no one wanted any interruption. If there was any noise, everyone was like, where's this noise coming from? Because they can't hear. So he's really such an awe-inspiring person. I absolutely love his learnings. It's so basic, it's so logical, and it's something that we can all implement into our lives so easily. So last night I was watching one of his videos and I wanted to share some of the learnings from that particular video, and the topic was the secret to joy and happiness and to having a successful life. But the biggest part is the secret to joy. And you know, the one biggest thing that Sadhguru speaks about is joy is not a goal. Joy is an everyday feeling. Joy determines how you react to a situation. It determines how you creatively think. It determines your logic, how you interact with people, whether you're joyful. And I learned this tip from him a long time ago, but this particular video that he did speaks about a little bit more, a few more tips. But the biggest tip that he asks you about joy and being joyful is that every single morning when you wake up, whether you have a partner, whether you have kids, whatever it is, or whether you're alone, the first question that you should ask yourself before you jump out of that bed is, am I going to choose to be joyful or am I going to choose to be miserable today? And by simply answering that question, you have no idea how it impacts the rest of your day. I drive in my car once I've answered that question and I say, Roxy, are you going to choose to be joyful? And I say, yes. And everything in my day becomes better. When I get to the traffic light and somebody skips the traffic light or somebody almost bangs into me because they want their cell phone, in my head, I've already answered that I want to be joyful and I keep to my commitment. So I start just responding to things a lot more calmer, and I don't get angry about it anymore. I don't get angry about the guy who almost dinged me. Because I choose joy. So it is so important for you to ask yourself that question every single morning if you want to lead and start leading a joyful life. And the first tip that he gives into questioning whether you are indeed leading a joyful life is that he actually asks you to pretend to be on your deathbed. And I know for many that is something so scary, something we don't want to think about often. I'm always asking myself that. I ask myself that every day. I say to my mom every day, I'm living as though today is my last day, and she gets so upset. But that's how I choose to live my life. I choose to live my life as though I'm not going to be here tomorrow. And as a result, every single day, I'm so content with myself. I'm so content with what I've done in the day. And it really decides so much of how I spend my time. So putting yourself on your deathbed is such a great way of reflecting on your life to say, have I been leading a life that is worthwhile? Have I done the things that I wanted to do? So tonight, if you have 10 minutes, sit down and ask yourself, and be honest. Have you done the things that you wanted to do? Have you said I love you to the people that you wanted to say? Have you said I'm sorry to the people you should have said sorry to? And have you forgiven people who've hurt you? It's such an important question to ask yourself. And by merely asking yourself, you will see that you will start to do the things that you've always wanted to do that you may not have done. And Sadhguru says we only become truthful with ourselves when death is imminent. All of a sudden we have this rush in our bodies like, oh my God, dad's on his deathbed. I need to be at home. I need to spend time with him. Why do you wait for that minute to happen? You shouldn't wait. You should do that anyway. So guys, I really encourage you tonight, go dig deep and ask yourself about yourself being on your deathbed. What questions would you ask yourself, and whether you can say you've done those things. The second thing, the second tip to joyfulness is really about striving to be a wonderful human being. And I love that word, to be a wonderful human being. When I say it, I imagine Barack Obama, I imagine Martin Luther King, I imagine Gandhi, and Mother Teresa. It's like all of these people who represent being wonderful human beings. And you know what? They weren't the richest people in the world. Barely 90% of them were not rich. They were just wonderful human beings. And so Sadhguru's his tip on this, on striving to be a wonderful human being, he says follow really 3 simple steps. And that is, when you find some time, either today or sometime in this week, go write down 3 things that you believe make up a wonderful person. And don't think about the 3 things that you expect from another person. You think what you genuinely believe is the 3 things that make up a wonderful person. For me, a wonderful person is authentic and genuine. They're truthful and they're honoring. They honor their commitment. I think people like that are wonderful human beings because I know that they're leading a truthful life. But you go back and you think about what are those 3 qualities that you would want to see in a wonderful human being, and then start making those things a part of your reality. Start making that the way you behave. And guys, this is intentional. Being a good person is not something that happens by accident like most people think. It is intentional. Your behavior is intentional. So go back, and I encourage you to do this exercise because it really will help you become a more wonderful person if that's what your goal in life is. I know that it's mine. I don't care about money. I care about my impact that I make on people. And did I leave a lasting and wonderful feeling in them when I walked away from them? And then moving on to stillness. So Sadhguru is very, very, as you would imagine as a guru, he spends a lot of time meditating, and he believes that stillness should always enter your life. And for that to happen, there must be times of silence. And he taught me this wonderful, wonderful tip. And it's about speaking half the words you would ordinarily speak in a day. So you can start off small. So start off with a single conversation. And if you would normally take 30 words to say what you wanted to say, halve it to 15 and practice it religiously every single day, every single conversation, every single email, every single text you want to send. Half the words that you want to say, but still find a way to say what you want to get across to the other person. So as an example, I can say, today I was reading several books and some of them were interesting, and I thought there was some excitement in some of them, and I could go on. Instead of just saying, I read some really wonderful books today and it inspired me. That's it. Just half your words. It makes the world of difference. And then second last tip is look back on your day. Every single night before you go to bed, look back on your day and ask yourself, did I spend my time wisely? Am I happy with the things I did? Am I proud of the things that I did? And can I live with the things that I've done? All of us do stupid things. And Sadhguru says, you'll be shocked to know that how stupid we are, and 90% of the time that we spend our time doing stupid things. And I agree with him, because we do. If we look back on our day, you'll actually see that we do spend time doing stupid things. And then last but not least, break one limitation in your life per month. So anger, as an example, is something that holds us back. It's a limitation. And every month, pick something that you are going to give up. And like Sadhguru says, don't say, I'm not going to be angry. That is so impossible and almost unachievable. But rather say, I know I get angry. So next time, when I'm put in a situation where I am going to get angry, I'm going to choose to shut up. That's going to be my technique. And then do that one thing for that month, and every month get rid of one of your limitations. Maybe one of your limitations is that you are too sensitive. So maybe the next time you say, someone says something critical to me, I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to take this as a piece of advice, as a learning, rather than getting upset about it and being critical on yourself. So guys, that's the 5 tips that I've learned from Sadhguru that I wanted to share with you, and I really hope helps you, because it really has helped me become a more joyous person and definitely a better human being. And have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you tomorrow on COVID Connect.